channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Josh Shalom, and if you want to know more about me, I have a link to my vlog below. Do give it a read. And this is another shirt transformation video, and I've looted this shirt from my husband's wardrobe, and I've transformed this into a simple mid-waist top with ruffled or gathered sleeves and a simple 3-line sheer here as well. And this is very easy, simple to follow, so let's just jump straight to the tutorial. We need some regular sewing items like seam ripper, fabric chalk, matching thread, an elastic bobbin thread, measuring tape, scissors, roller blade, and an oversized shirt. I'm making this top for me. You can use my measurement in general for a small size top. First step is to remove pockets if you have any. Once that is done, carefully cut out the sleeves. We will be using these at a later point. Now, put the buttons on the shirt. And fold the collar part like I'm doing here. And cut that piece out. Consider this as the edge point and mark 4 inches down, which will be the neck depth. From the edge point, mark 3 inches the other way, which will be neck size divided by 4. Then draw a curved line joining both the points. This will define our neck shape. Let's cut this portion out to see it better. I'm also cutting the shoulder part slightly to make it not look straight because the shoulders are not straight in general. Now open up the shirt this way, and from the neck point mark the shoulder measurement. This is 4 inches in my case. Then from the shoulder point mark chest point 6 inches for me, bust point 8 inches, waist point 15 inches, and full height of the top 17 inches. Now, just for ease of marking, I'm folding the top this way. Mark the chest around measurement divided by 4, which is 8 inches for me. Additionally, make sure to add 1 to 1.5 cm for seam allowance. Similarly, bust around measurement divided by 4, which is 8.5 inches plus seam allowance. Waist around measurement divided by 4, which is 7.5 inches plus seam allowance. And top height around measurement divided by 4, which is again 7.5 inches plus seam allowance. Join the points together, which will define our top shape. Now mark midpoint between the chest and bust points. Approximately the length between this midpoint and your shoulder point should be your armhole measurement, which is 7.5 inches in my case. Now draw a curved line from the midpoint to shoulder point, touching the chest line, which defines the armhole. Now it's time to cut out the measured fabric portion. This is the top's back side and this is the front side. Next step is to hem the raw edges. want to show two different ways of securing the raw edges for beginners. This is the neat and the right way of hemming. This is absolutely required on the edges which will be visible. For example, this is certainly required in the neck region. Whereas these sides will be joined together and will not be visible outside. Hence, instead of hemming, we can just use a small width zigzag stitch to avoid the fabric from fraying. If you have the patience and need a more professional look, you can definitely hem on the sides as well like this. Now on the ends, we have to definitely hem because this will be visible outside. Another tip here, if you notice, the button layouts are pretty thick and difficult to fold and hem. Hence, what you can do is to hem until the point where the thick region begins, like this. In my shirt, the button gap was in the middle when I cut out the fabric. Hence, you can see what happened. Make sure you don't do the same mistake. If you notice button gaps falling in the middle, you can alter the neck size slightly at the back. Now, place the layouts like this. Right sides should be facing each other and sew them along, leaving out the armhole gap. This is how it should look. And let's do the same on the other side as well. Once this is done, make sure to press the seam so that it stays in place. The only remaining task is to get our sleeves ready. Go ahead and cut this part as it is not required. Then we need to hem the raw edges of the sleeves. These are finished edges. Once again, this part will be visible outside, hence hemming by folding in the fabric is necessary. Now on this part of the fabric, we need to make two lines of ease stitches. Ease stitches are basically straight stitch with maximum stitch length. Also, make sure to leave nice and long threads at the beginning and end of your stitches. So these are sleeve ease stitches. You can start these stitches leaving out the bottom area. Now, pull both the front or back threads together to create gatherings. Continue doing until your sleeve looks somewhat similar to this. To attach the sleeve to the body, arrange the sleeve close to the body and pull the sleeve from inside. First thing here is to pin the bottom portion, which is the part where we haven't done the ease stitch. Pin them this way. Slowly release few gatherings and keep pinning them until we can align both the top notches together. At the end, this is how it should look. Now take your time to slowly sew them together. This way we'll get a pretty puff on top. Now take a chalk and draw 3 or 4 lines close to each other based on the amount of shirring required. On top of these, use an elastic bobbin thread to sew on them, which will create a shirring like this. You should be able to see the bobbin elastic thread at the back. If you want detailed instructions on how to create shirring, please watch this video where I've explained it in more depth. And finally, do not forget to press the seams inside and outside. Hey, if you've come this far, then thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, do try this at home and share the results. I'll be glad to take a look. And if you have any other comments, suggestions, do not hesitate to leave it in the comment box, or you can DM me on Instagram as well. And if you think this video has entertained you or benefited you in any way, please do not hesitate to like, share and subscribe. This is Joy from For Joy, and I hope that I've given you some joy. Have a good rest of your day or evening. Take care and bye-bye.